Did you mute the original audio?
I think I have a problem with the audio as well. I don't see the interpretation icon. I don't know if I'm the only one with this. Hold on. Or if you're listening to me and you can translate, that's great. ¿Alguien me escucha?
Sí, sí te escucho.
Sí, yeah, we were listening to you. I think you are on the English channel, Elia.
Well, that's where I'm supposed to be, so I'm gonna stay here.
It's okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
okay.
And
Alejandra, welcome.
Thank you.
Ale, busca dónde ponerte, en qué idioma ponerte, y selecciona el canal en español y selecciona silenciar el audio original.
¿Cómo hago eso de en qué parte están? Cambiar
¿Listo?
no, necesito saber
Yo
dónde.
no te voy a poder escuchar, así que hazme con tu manita, así. ¿No? ¿Alguien puede escuchar a Alejandra?
No, no, pero aquí están ya las instrucciones.
Ok.
¿Dónde están las instrucciones?
Never mind. Okay.
Yo te escucho, pero no sé si
Ale?
Alejandra está
en la barra de abajo.
¿Listo? ¿Ya?
Hola.
¿Me escuchan?
Están
sí,
las
Alejandra.
instrucciones en la pantalla.
Ok, perfecto. Sí, ahorita estoy en español.
Rosario, ¿puedes escuchar a Alejandra? Sí, ok. Excellent.
Okay, so it's 2:05 already. I think we should start now, and I don't think we're waiting for anyone else. So let's get started with this. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. Today is a happy day for the Permanent Forum of Binational Waters. Today we are celebrating art, we are celebrating water, and we are celebrating science with the ceremony for our call for art to call for water event. You were here when we were talking about the instructions. This event, you can listen to it and select the language of your preference. You just have to go to the interpretation icon on Zoom and then select the language of your preference. It can be English or Spanish. And then we recommend you to silence the original audio so that you are not listening to double translation, etc. So here are the instructions, and you just select the language that you would like to select. My name is Elia Tapia. I work, I help with the media support at the Permanent Forum of Binational Water. I'm also a member of the board of the executive committee of the Permanent Forum of Binational Waters, and I will be moderating this event along with my colleague, Gabriela Rendon. She's in charge of communication, strategic planning at the Permanent Forum of Binational Water. And she worked a lot in the development of this event because we consider that there's a relation between art and science. It was, and it has always been related. Sometimes we tend to forget with all the tools that we have, with all the information and technology, but let's just remember that at the beginning, it was only us observing the environment, and it was through art that we were able to share this information.
Yeah, completely agree. here in Permanent Forum of Binational Waters. We, as my colleague said, we believe in art as an ally of science for the evolution and enrichment of a culture. So for this reason, we want to thank you all the participants for be part of our first water art contest, a call for art to call for water. This event had three purposes. First, to raise awareness about the urgency of focusing on the sustainable use of water and natural resources in general. Second, to use art as a driver to engage our communities into water issues. And third, to celebrate our first year as a forum through a fundraising event. So we want to grow, to keep developing bridges across our border, and to engage our communities into a permanent exchange of ideas, knowledge, culture, and of course, water. About the selection criteria we want to build for this contest, it was intended that the artist reflected the vital, scenic, practical, or personal relevance that water has in natural environments, human settlements, and particularly, but not limited to the US-Mexico borderlands. So the category we included were painting and photography, both professional and amateur, and the techniques was free. We received 18 masterpieces, 15 photographs, and 3 paintings. So this is all our gallery. You will find the gallery very soon on your page. I know for sure for our jury, it was really hard to select the winners because each and every participant show a great talent and involvement in this issue. But at the end of the day, we selected the 4 that we thought were the best. So let's get to know them. Okay, we start presenting.
Oh, I was muted, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Give me 1 second.
Go.
All right, so now we're gonna proceed to announce the winners of this contest. We have the winner of Digital Painting Professional. Her name is Ana del Aguila. Ana, she was born in Ensenada, Baja California in 1986. She studied a degree in plastic arts at the Universidad Autónoma de Baja California in Mexico. She has had several individual and group exhibitions in collaboration with the Embassy of Mexico in Morocco and as part of their programming for the Global Week of Mexico 2019. Being here with you, Museum of Contemporary Art, San Diego, USA, 2018, she exhibited in the selection of the Eve Maria Zimmerman International Contemporary Art Biennial in Spain in 2018, and Ana participated in the 4th El Paso Biennial at El Paso Museum of Art, Texas, USA in 2015, and also in the 15th Northwest Visual Arts Biennial in the Museo del Arte en Sonora in 2015. So this is one of the reasons we have to separate professional from amateur. Oh my God, these credentials, Ana, and obviously your work art that you send us. So we have in here our title, Two Threatened Cats Between the Border and the Rio Grande River. We have links and ocelot. And yeah, so this was one of the selected, well, one of the winners. She is going to talk about her artwork later on. I'm just gonna move on and keep presenting the rest of the winners of this contest.
So now we have the winner of photography professional category, Alejandra Rendon. She was born in Mexico City in 1996. She graduated with a degree in photography from the Faculty of Plastic Arts in Universidad Veracruzana, having an audiovisual and photographic approach with the experimental, the conceptual, the documentary, and the scientific. She has participated in group exhibitions and in various photographic and cinematographic events. Alejandra is the co-founder of the audiovisual production company Moveo and the photography studio Highlight Pictures. Welcome, Alejandra, and congratulations. Now we are going to see the photograph of Alejandra, please. Elia, are you there?
Sí, aquí estoy.
Elia, are you okay?
I think Elia's connection is coming and going, so let me see if yep, we lost Elia.
Oh my God, okay.
Let me see. How there you go, Gabby. Yeah, you can actually share your screen.
Yes, I'll share the screen.
Yep.
Wait a minute. Sorry about that. So here we have the photography of Alejandra called Alrededor, and she's going to talk about the art and her art later. So we move on to our winner in digital painting amateur category, Matt Morris. Welcome, Matt, and congratulations also. He graduated in 1980 from the University of Texas in Arlington with a master in architecture. He moved to San Antonio to work for O'Neill Ford in 1981. He has been an employee with Lake Flato Architects since 1993. He was included to the College of Fellows with American Institute of Architects in 2006. Matt grew up in Fort Worth, Texas, and still has family ties in North Texas area. And it is an avid cyclist, passionate of nature, and an artist. He began looking at the environment through 2005, with his Hole in the Ground series. Matt exhibits a few pieces in a few galleries around the San Antonio area, but her large one-person shows at the Hunt Gallery with his land mapping show in 2012. He is continuing to explore land, life, environment, and new artistic pursuits. Welcome, Matt. Congratulations. And
thank you.
Here, thank you. Thank you. Here is the piece of art of Matt, El Río Desapareciendo. We will know more about this piece of art and Matt in very soon. And finally, we have Colin Mcdonald, the winner of photography amateur category. Unfortunately, Colin Mcdonald can't be today with us, but anyway, we want to recognize his artwork and present him to you. He is a senior policy analyst at Texas Comptroller of Public Accounts. He develops and executed research context for the Texas Comptroller of Public Accounts to create accurate, representative, and transparent data and tools for stakeholders to use in their pursuit of effective and efficient compliance with the Endangered Species Act. In the process, he tries to help break down barriers between local, state, and federal governments and the private sector so individuals develop the trust relationships they need to find sustainable solutions. And here's a photograph of Colin, titled The Pico. And the description he gave us is looking north at El Pico of the Sierra Maderas del Carmen in Mexico. Well, here with us is a part of the jury that voted for the winners. So here is Laura Rodriguez and Saúl Arciniega. They are part of the board members of the Binational Water Forum, and they are scientists. So we want to know their approach about the art contest and the art participating with science in the pursuit of the water conservation. So we want to start asking the winners some questions. So
Okay.
let's start with Anna. Anna, tell us about your artwork, the artwork you submitted. How do you relate it to the importance of the water in your daily life or for the environment, for your personal life? What can you tell us about your artwork? Anna, I can't hear you. Are you in the English channel?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, sorry. Well, hello, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Well, I'm going to answer the first question. So for me, it is important to speak about environmental issues because I think that the art is a way to communicate and communicate in an easy way. So when I work with art, I'm not trying to be like too difficult to communicate ideas. So the main idea of my work in this case is for me, it is important to speak, for example, about endangered species. So, well, I was living in the near to the frontier, but now I'm living in Morocco, so that's why it's night here. But well, so when I was living in the frontier, for me it was like an issue. Know that the water is not in the that it is, we have like water issues. So it's not a problem that it is an issue for humans. It is like an issue for animals and the nature. So in this case, for me, speak about these wild cats was important because are endangered species and how to say it. And it is like interesting how the species, they don't care about the frontier. They live in both countries, so they can migrate to north and south. So the first, how to say it, the river connects both species. So one species and specific Linux lives in the north of United States, and ocelot lives in the south. So our both cats, wild cats, are living like in different space, but are connected of the same
water.
river. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So this is the first part of the question, and the second part, for me, is not only my work. I think it is important to protect the water. Can be in baby steps, but if, for example, like use in the best way the water. For example, try to use, for example, a detergent that is not going to pollute like the ocean. Like we can do a lot of things. It's not only like with art, we can do it with our daily life. So for me, it is important not only do it with art. Care the environment is part of my life. So it's like two ways to do it. Mm-hmm.
Great, I completely agree. Loss of water is also related to the loss of biodiversity. So that's why we chose your art. So congratulations, incredible approach. Thank you very much. So we continue with Alejandra. Alejandra, how do you answer to the first question?
Ok, hola. La pieza que yo puse, o al menos la ganadora, personalmente siempre me he sentido de forma muy tranquila y muy natural en el agua. No fue originalmente pensando en una conservación, aunque sí me importa mucho la conservación del agua, sino fue más como una vista metafórica de que lo tenemos alrededor, incluyendo en el aire, ¿no? Lo tenemos dentro, es parte de nosotros el agua y pues la gente no, bueno, por falta de educación se está acabando muchos recursos de agua. Y me parece que a mí me importa mucho el impacto que pueda causar una imagen en el espectador. Y si le llega el mensaje, que no es oficialmente el mensaje sobre la falta de recursos de agua, sino el mensaje de que no somos nada comparado con lo que es el agua, ¿no? O sea, somos una fracción muy pequeña del planeta, como para no darle importancia a algo que es vital y que si no fuera por, si no hubiese sido por el agua, ni siquiera hubiésemos estado aquí. Y
Very romantic and very true.
y pues la importancia en mi día a día es un poco ambigua, porque por un lado quisiera poder hacer todo lo posible por recurrir a otros métodos de, por ejemplo, para lavar ropa o lavar trastes o lo que sea que tenga que ser con uso diario de agua. Pero en donde vivo no existe ningún método alternativo, y si hay, o si hay alguna empresa privada que pueda instalar algo o ser de ayuda de ese estilo, es muy carísimo. No tengo los recursos ni por asomado para poder ser partícipe de un cambio. Lo único que tengo a la mano es poder hablar y poder dar a conciencia lo que está sucediendo. Originalmente mi pieza de arte no está hablando de eso, como ya había dicho, pero me alegra que estén haciendo este tipo de concursos y este tipo de meetings para concretar más y concientizar más, ¿no? O sea, que necesitamos hacer un cambio en México principalmente y en municipios pequeños y ciudades pequeñas como Jalapa. Esa es mi respuesta.
Very beautiful. Thank you very much. Thank you to share your talent with us and with the public, and thank you for being part of this process of creating conscience. It is very needed. So thank you and congratulations. You're part of the winners. And now, Matt, finally, how do you answer to the first question?
Hola, gracias, Gabriela. And I'll probably stick to English because my Spanish is very, very limited.
Don't worry.
Although I'm learning. I love learning this language. I don't know if I could be quite as poetic as Alejandra and Ana in their descriptions. Beautiful words, beautiful pieces. I'm really honored to be part of this group. This particular piece that you see was actually had to do with the fourth winner, Colin Mcdonald. It's a friend of mine, and he did an epic journey down the Rio Grande from the headwaters to the Gulf in a kayak, and was a bit of an adventure writer, and wrote about that. It took him months, and he commissioned me to do a piece, an artistic piece that would represent some of the things he was writing about. So that's where I come into this. But years ago, I became completely enthralled with Google Earth and just roaming around, looking at patterns on the planet and waterways and how natural things happen on the surface of our planet, and in completely beautiful abstract patterns. But what really grabbed my attention is where human beings and natural systems contrast and conflict, really. And that I found in the patterning of those things beautiful in their abstract way, but also frightening, disturbing in some cases, and how humans are impacting the planet. And so I started the series, oh my goodness, almost 20 years ago, looking at things from the air, and really focusing on it about 10 years ago. And I started a whole series called Land Mapping, and that is looking at all over the planet where things happen, where people collide with natural areas of the earth. So this particular piece just is an example of when humans along this waterway, this sort of linear green oasis of the Rio Grande that runs through the desert areas of West Texas and Mexico and New Mexico, and how it changes that environment. The humans have changed it just for that little narrow strip, and they're completely dependent on that water to make that happen. And if the water goes away, that area, the thing that they're doing, the agriculture and the civilization that happens along that water course would vanish. So it's just that the contrast between the desert landscapes on both sides of the river, the north and the south, and then what humans have done with it, and this sort of abstract patterning of it. So I enjoy doing this, but also, just want for people to see what we're doing from the air. I just found it an interesting point of view to look at our what we're doing to our landscape. What was the other part of the question, Gabriela?
Here.
Oh, the importance of water. Well, yeah, I realize, water we can't make it, right? And it's finite, it's limited. And what is out there, we can, drastically change it by putting stuff into it that shouldn't be there, the pollutants and, the runoffs from agricultural areas, and just, it's a very precious commodity. And so we really, really watch what we're doing when we use water. We harvest it off our roof and collect it in rain barrels, and we use it for landscaping, and just as a small piece of what we can do personally to help conserve that really vital resource. So vastly important, more important than fuel, many other things and that we have at our disposal. We have to really watch what we're doing.
Thank you very much, Matt.
Thank you.
And it's so true. I love your drawing, your painting, because you presented to us one of the main problems of the environmental conservation, that is land use change, related with the use of water, of course, and the landscape that is disappearing, as you said. So it is very important that we saw this perspective, this higher perspective, because it gives us the great proportion, the real proportion that we are the great proportion of changes we do in the environment.
Yeah. Well, I learned a lot from my parents' generation, who lived through the Great Depression and the Dust Bowl of the 1930s, and they developed a way of living, of conserving everything, because they didn't have anything when they were growing up as children in the Depression era. And they imparted to us the value of using less, the sustainable living that we call it now, being sustainable, but it was a real way of life for them, and using water very, very sensibly and not wasting it. So I listened to those people that were living 100 years ago and how they went through those very difficult times and learned from it, and it affected their lives for their entire lives.
Wow. So many things we have to change and learn from the past. I'm
Yes.
understanding.
Now it's important for us to pass that on to our, the generations coming up, our children, our grandchildren. It's have to teach them as well.
Yeah, it is really urgent.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Matt.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Absolutely.
We're going to move to our next question. Again with Anna. Anna, do you already know what we do here at the Permanent Forum of Binational Waters, or did you discover it by participating in the art contest? What is that interested you about participating in this contest?
Okay, I'm going to be honest. I didn't know about the association, but when I was doing the research about contests, I saw your webpage and I was like looking for information, like what kind of work did you do? So, and the second question, what it was, sorry?
What is that interested you about participating in this contest? Okay.
Well, for me, it is important to speak about these issues. So for me, it was an opportunity to do it, because usually when you're like working with art, like when you search like contest, they put like certain type of topics. So can be, I don't know, like war issues or whatever. But in this case, for me, like the environment problem, like it is like one of the main topics that I speak. So for me, it was like opportunity to give my message, to speak about the nature. Like for me, it is so important that speak about nature and try to conscientizar.
Make conscience?
Yeah, thank you. About the problem. So that's why I participate.
Sorry, we have someone here saying that the translation is off. So can you hear the translation, or is just one person?
I think Rosario is still translating, but she's muted. Rosario, can you unmute your microphone? Your microphone got muted. Let me see. Rosario, puedes, tu micrófono está... okay, let me actually do this. Give me a second.
Okay. So everyone in the Spanish channel can hear the translation now?
Creo que sí. Give me a second. There you go. Okay. Gabby, I'm gonna be translating. I think Rosario is still muted, so I will do the translation.
Okay. Okay. So.
Yeah, already finished. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, acabo de terminar. Ya terminé. Gracias.
Thank you, Ana.
Gracias, Ana.
We have Elia.
Tenemos a Elia.
Back from the dead.
Que viene del inframundo, que estuvo un poco congelada.
Sam, I
okay.
I can hear you.
Okay, give me a second.
I hear you, so I shouldn't. Sorry for the technical issues.
Bueno, Gaby, ¿me escuchas? Estoy en el canal de español.
Yes, I can hear you.
Gaby, ¿me escuchas? Ok, sí me escuchas.
Sí.
Ok.
Okay.
Bueno, Rosario.
Okay. Elia, welcome back.
And I apologize. It's
there.
been, I don't know what's going on here, but I think we're doing well. We're listening to
Elia, put yourself
our
in
artists.
the English channel, please.
Oh. Okay, there you go. I'm very sorry for everything that happened. I don't know what's going on with technology today, but I think we're doing something good. We are listening to our artists about their artwork, and also we are starting to learn a little bit about them and their work. So we were on question number 2. I believe we already have an answer from Ana. So now we would like to know about Alejandra. Alejandra, did you already know about the Permanent Forum of Binational Water, or you just discovered it by participating in this contest? And what is that interested you about participating in the Call for Art to Call for Water contest?
En este evento.
Pues mi hermana es quien está trabajando en
My sister is the one that is working on this.
Con ellos, entonces me ha estado platicando de lo que están haciendo. Perdón, es que también escucho el canal de inglés y me distraigo un poco.
Espérale, déjame ver cómo puedo arreglar esto. Un segundo. Dame un segundo. No podemos irnos sin problemas técnicos.
For the record, we lose our professional translators, so we are improvising, so please be patient.
Yeah, give me a second here.
It's funny that we were like, okay, we can do it. There's a tool in there. Let's just translate everything ourselves.
Because we sorry.
Yeah. No, I think I know what is happening. Oh, I see.
Well, lucky for us, most of us, we are like some sort of bilingual. So
yeah.
Sí. Ok. Bueno, mi hermana es quien está trabajando con ellos, entonces no, la verdad es que no perdí el tiempo para poder participar, y a ella le gusta mucho mi trabajo, y pues, creo que me pareció un buen apoyo familiar, y aparte también fue un buen apoyo pues, del lugar, porque yo también di a conocer lo que estaban haciendo y lo que era el concurso, para que otras personas también participaran. Y ya, realmente no tengo mucho que aportar, porque ya sabía de este proyecto y de cómo se están organizando para sacar todo esto adelante, y me parece muy impresionante y me parece muy importante, y quisiera que se pudiese conocer más en México principalmente.
Perfect. Thank you, Alejandra.
Thank you very much.
We really enjoyed everything.
For the record, I'm sorry, Elia. I didn't vote. Huh?
I was going to say that. I really have this process.
Yeah.
We all voted for her, everyone that was allowed to vote. So, and we hope to see more of you and of all of our artists from now on. So thank you, Alejandra. And I would like to ask Matt the same question.
Yeah. Oh, yes. So no.
Matt, I can't hear you.
Uh-oh.
Again, are you in the English channel?
Something happened. Chat.
Oh my God. Yes. Okay. The instructions again.
Where is it?
Okay. Here we go again, everyone.
On the bottom. It's at the top of mine. Participants.
Oh my God. Yeah, I was nervous. Yeah, but now it is funny.
Here we go. How's that?
Okay, I can hear you now.
Yeah, something happened where it just I apologize.
Don't worry.
So sorry.
Don't worry. Apparently we all have issues.
Okay, well, I'll try to keep it a little more brief than the last time, but very quickly. No, I did not know about PFBW before entering this. I didn't know what your organization was doing, and quite honestly, my friend Colin pointed it out to me. He knew about it and said that this is a really good group that's doing some good things with the waters between the binational waters, and they're exploring all kinds of things. Do you mind if I enter your piece for you? And I said, well, sure, why not? So by doing that, I began looking into your website and researching a little bit, seeing what you're doing, and I'm completely impressed with this organization. And I like what's going on, between, both lands, across this little ribbon of water that, it unites rather than divides. And I think it's a really great organization. So I'm really happy to enter and be part of it, much less win. So hats off to you. I think it's a really great organization. Thank you. Gracias.
Thank you, Matt. And don't forget that water unites us, and we hope you are already a member of the, well, I'm pretty sure you are, in order to get into the contest. But there's always new information getting in through the forum, information about the places that we live in. So it is good to be informed about all these issues. It is good to be informed about water, and of course the binational waters, because it's a shared resource between the US and Mexico. All right, so I think we can move to our next question then. Do you have a suitable page or gallery where we can see your work of art? And we can start again with Anna.
Okay, thank you. I don't have like a web page, but I have Instagram. So if you're interested in my work, you can go to the link that I put in the chat. Maybe you can see it, but that is my web page.
Oh, perfect. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you, Anna, for sharing. And what about you, Alejandra?
Sí, aquí está. Pues igual que Ana, yo solamente tengo Instagram. Sí.
Do you want to share it or do you want to put the link in the chat?
Puse el link en el chat.
Perfect. We have the link now for anyone that would like to follow her. Thank you, Alejandra. And what about you, Matt?
Yes, there's a gallery in San Antonio. A very simple name, Hunt Gallery, H-U-N-T Gallery, where I have some pieces on exhibit, and they have a web page, and you can go right to the artists and see what they have there.
Okay.
I don't have a website. I'm getting my daughter to work on that for me.
Okay. Good to know, Matt. So you already know this, some of you already know this, but our gallery, our virtual gallery is gonna be permanent. So I think you can use it as a place also to express yourself and to try to get us to learn some more about water and art and science through your perspective. So thank you, Ana, Alejandra, and Matt.
Thank you.
We can also move to question number 4. Can you please share a message to those interested in portraying nature, water, and the environment? Again, with the same order.
Okay. Well, I think that in the planet Earth, we have a lot of issues, but it is important to try to give the message, and can be whatever issue, like we can pick one, like, but the first can be to be honest with the thing that you wanna to say. And the second is work. That's all. Thank you.
Wow, as simple as that. Just thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Ana. Alejandra.
Ahora sí estamos en el mismo canal. Ok. Bueno, mis experiencias me han enseñado que hay que hacerle interés a los niños sobre esto. Y cuando a un niño se le presenta toda forma de arte en la que pueden expresar su frustración sobre lo que está pasando, realmente pueden llegar a ser muy conmovedores. Estuve participando en un ciclo de cine documental hecho por niños de toda Latinoamérica, y todos hablaban de los problemas que habían tanto políticos como en el medio ambiente, y los niños realmente están muy conscientes de eso. Entonces, más que nada, más que tratar de hacerlo nosotros, es mostrárselo a las generaciones más pequeñas, porque pues es muy cliché, pero realmente ellos son el cambio. Y pues nosotros lo que nos queda es seguir desarrollando y seguir informando y seguir emitiendo estas alertas, ¿no? O sea, desde mi punto en donde yo no tengo dinero, pero puedo crear cosas, puedo enseñar cosas, puedo seguir participando en estos ciclos de cine, en donde los niños están enseñándole a los adultos la importancia del cuidado del medio ambiente, de la conservación de los animales y de pues, problemas políticos incluso, ¿no? Que a veces nosotros como adultos no nos importa porque estamos muy enfocados en nuestra rutina diaria. Y para representarlo, pues realmente no hay una forma correcta de hacerlo, simplemente es, si se quiere hablar de un problema, mostrarlo crudo, tal cual como es, darle tal vez algún detalle creativo de colores o de música o lo que sea, lo que se quiera poner. Pero creo que realmente si estamos hablando de problemas hay que mostrarlo crudo. Ya si se quiere hacer como la forma que yo hice, que es algo más personal, pues sí, es un trabajo interior. Pero ahorita que estamos hablando de un problema, mostrarlo crudo y que los niños hagan el trabajo por nosotros. No es cierto, es broma.
Thank you, Alejandra, for your message. I totally agree with you. And I would like to say that, yes, one of the objectives of the forum, of the Permanent Forum of Binational Waters, is to share knowledge and improve knowledge. And to make knowledge available to everyone, it doesn't matter how old you are. And we find that it doesn't have to be necessarily journal article or a model, a numerical model. We can also do it through art, and we can get to more people, even more people, if we use that road, let's say it that way, if we take that path, the path of art, sharing information through art. So thank you, Alejandra, for your contribution. And I would like to know about Matt and what is the message that you would like to share with us.
Thanks, Elia. I don't know if I can say it much better than Ana and Alejandra. Beautiful words. But there's a couple of things, I think. One is to encourage, and if it's through art, or if it's just through words, or if it's through poetry, or whatever medium, to encourage people to get into nature, get out into nature, because it has such great healing properties. It just, when I'm stressed, work sometimes is a stress, correct? And driving on the highways is a stress, but getting into nature can do so much to release, the tensions that are caused by that. And it's just a very personal thing. The other is to have a voice. It could be as hugely impactful as Greta Thunberg, the Swedish girl who's taken on the world with her environmental messages. Or it could be someone that's just looking through the environment through a camera lens and snaps a great photograph that shows something that we can all learn from. But to have a voice, to talk, to represent nature, to fight for it in a certain way, if it's through a paintbrush or a digital image or through the camera lens, but to speak out for it, for its beauty and also for its preservation. So I'll just leave it at that. I think sometimes too many words can ruin the art, but in my case, I talk too much.
Thank you, Matt. That was beautiful. And all of your messages, Ana, Alejandra, and Matt, thank you. Thank you for that. So we learn about you, we learn about your interests, about your work of art, and we really appreciate all of your contributions. And now we would like to change, and we would like to talk about the people that was behind this event, the people that voted on your work of art. So we have also some questions for the jury. We have some questions that we would like for them to answer. We have here Laura and Saul, and we would like to know, what do you think that art can do for science and society?
We can start with Laura, please.
Sure. Hi, I'm Laura. I was the jury for the digital paintings. And about this first question, mostly I think that art helps to visualize and imagine some of the natural processes that as scientists we need to devote to society. Also, art helps to raise awareness about among the public about current environmental problematics, since it's a way to express results, making them understandable to social groups unfamiliar with some of the scientific branches of our research. As many of you know, and I think I've said that in previous talks, scientists have some issues showing results. Our brain works different. And probably, yeah, I really like art, but sometimes I feel I don't express correctly when I'm going to talk about art. But it's just because my brain is in somewhere else. But I think art is very, very useful to help showing our results in a very easy way, like a very, I don't know if the English term is correct, like digestible, like easy to assimilate. Yeah.
Simplify. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Laura.
Totally agree.
Yeah. Perfect. Thank you. And what about you, Saúl?
Sí, hola, ¿me escuchan? Sam, ¿sí? ¿Me escuchan? Ok. Hola, hola, ¿me escuchan en el canal de inglés? Ok, perfecto. Bueno, con respecto a esta primera pregunta, me parece, al menos para mí, que uno de los problemas fundamentales de la ciencia es la comunicación con la sociedad, principalmente cuando se trata de resaltar alguna problemática que tenga implicaciones sociales y ambientales importantes, como el cambio climático o los efectos de las extracciones excesivas de agua, por ejemplo. Y bueno, también, sinceramente, incluso entre distintas áreas de la ciencia, puede llegar a ser complicada la comunicación, porque cada uno pues evalúa un problema a partir de distintas perspectivas. Entonces, bueno, esta falta de un lenguaje común es una barrera muy importante para poder divulgar y sensibilizar a la población general. Y bueno, es aquí donde el arte puede acercar, por un lado, a la ciencia, a la sociedad, y también por el otro lado, sensibilizar a la ciencia para poder pues, abordar problemas reales que afectan a la sociedad. Al final, pues el arte es un lenguaje universal que trasciende barreras como en los idiomas, las edades, por lo que temáticas muy complejas pueden ser plasmadas para pues prácticamente llegar a todo tipo de público. Y bueno, ese sería tal vez el más importante. Obviamente el arte y la ciencia combinadas pues pueden hacer un trabajo excepcional, sobre todo cuando se trata de educación, cuando se trata de educar a las nuevas generaciones. Obviamente utilizar los conocimientos científicos combinados con técnicas artísticas hace que temáticas muy complejas puedan ser abordadas de manera muchísimo más sencilla. Incluso ahora, bueno, lo podemos ver ya en YouTube, en donde pues muchas personas hacen un trabajo excepcional en la parte audiovisual, en la parte auditiva y en narrativa, y resultados o temas demasiado complejos los pueden abordar de manera muy sencilla, ¿no? Para un público bastante amplio. Entonces, creo que esas son dos de las principales aportaciones donde la ciencia y el arte se combinan bastante bien para la parte educativa y para la parte de divulgación de las problemáticas ambientales. Sí, bueno, eso es todo, Sam.
Thank you, so. That was great.
Yes, thank you. Now we can move to question number 2. What was your impression of the artistic work of the contest participants.
Laura?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
So for me, it was amazing seeing the results of digital paintings. I used to relate digital paintings with contemporary art, like pop art, surrealism, abstract trends, where finally realism or technique were not very important or didn't seem very important. However, what I saw in this contest was much more realistic and very aesthetic, and it really changed my perception about the digital paintings. I really like, well, I was the jury for the amateur. I really liked the colors on that painting. And now that I saw the professional painting that won, oh, beautiful.
Yeah. What about you, Saul?
Ok, bueno, ¿me escuchan por allá? Sí, sí.
Yes.
Ok, bueno. Ok, con respecto a esta pregunta, bueno, para mí fue impresionante y sinceramente esperaba que fuera más fácil elegir a un ganador. Pero bueno, la verdad es que todas las piezas que revisamos, pues la verdad es que transmitían muchas emociones, sobre todo que están relacionadas con el agua, y nosotros que trabajamos en ese ámbito, pues nos parecieron fascinantes. Y ya hablando de eso, ya que estamos en un foro de aguas transfronterizas, al menos a mí me llamó mucho la atención las fotografías de la frontera y cómo el agua, además de ser uno de los recursos que pues tratamos de mantener y preservarlo, pues también es básicamente un recurso que a veces se usa para dividirnos, ¿no? Básicamente tenemos pues bastante marcada la frontera ahí en el río Bravo. Entonces es impresionante cómo el agua, pues además de unirnos, pues también nos separa, ¿no? En ocasiones. Y bueno, en mi caso, la sección que más me gustó fue la de pintura digital. Y creo que se debe porque, bueno, hace años yo intentaba dibujar y me gustaba mucho la sensación de poder plasmar elementos que podían no existir o que solo estaban en mi imaginación. Y creo que justo esta componente se puede utilizar, o esta componente de poder alterar y representar la realidad de formas distintas, es la que me parece como más interesante para poder expresar temas muy complejos de medio ambiente. Bueno, eso es todo de mi parte.
So Saul is talking about math.
Or my painting.
Thank you. Thank you, Saul.
Thank you.
I guess we can move to our next question then.
Last question.
Mhm.
So in addition to the criteria established in the call, but I think you already talked a little bit about this. What personal criteria motivated you to vote for your favorite? So Ana. Digo, perdón, Laura.
Closer. Well, I really like the light colors used in the amateur digital painting, and I've always liked landscape paintings. So that was one of my motivations. And in fact, this particular painting has a soothing effect on me because of the colors, even though it is representing a disappearing river, which is not exactly a good situation, but I really like the painting, like that light landscape painting.
Okay. Thank you very much. I agree on that. I think Matt talked about the beauty of the landscape and the tragic in that beauty. Yeah. And what about you, Saul?
Bueno, ¿me escuchan allá en el canal de inglés? Ok. Bueno, en mi caso creo que fue algo parecido con Laura. Bueno, no soy artista, evidentemente. Reconozco que cada trabajo tiene una calidad impresionante. Y bueno, en algunos casos las técnicas que utilizaron los artistas pues sobrepasan mi capacidad de evaluación. Entonces, pues al final pues me di un poco, digamos, sesgado a preferir aquellas imágenes con las que yo podía sentir alguna especie de relación o de interacción. Y bueno, también para mí, de mis favoritas fue la de El río desaparecido. Y bueno, principalmente porque está muy relacionada con una de mis áreas de investigación. Y al menos para mí, solamente de ver la imagen con la tonalidad de colores y el título de la pieza, pues lo primero que se me viene a la mente es pues que se chuparon el agua del río, ¿no? Toda esa actividad que está al lado del río. Entonces me parece que al menos esa imagen pues es muy clara para mí y bueno, la verdad es que como está muy relacionada con mi área de trabajo, pues digamos que la identifico, me asocio bastante con ella.
Okay. Thank you very much. I think we have time. I don't think we have time. Is there any question of the public? No, I think it's not. So, does anyone want to what? Did you all hear Sam?
I did.
Okay, excellent.
I did. And yeah, we really hope to see more projects like this, projects that are searching for water and environmental conservation through art and science. It was also really nice to learn about you, about your experiences, about your projects as artists. We are really happy with the outcomes of this event. So, well, if anyone in here would like to keep contributing, again, we will keep working on the call for art to call for water. This was your artwork will be used in the fundraising activities for the forum. So thank you so much for your contributions. Thank you for sharing your talent, and thank you as well for making a difference.
We hope seeing you in our next event about science talks. And let's remember that water unites us. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Wonderful program. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Gracias a todos.
So I'll stop sharing.
Igualmente,
And that's
Sam.
all. You're free to go.
Igualmente.
Thank you a lot.
Sí, Sam.
Thank you very much for being here.
Gracias a todos.
Nos vemos.
Welcome. Awesome.
Good night.
Beautiful work. Beautiful work, Ana, Alejandra.
Thank you. Bueno, voy a hablar en español.
Sí, sí. Ujú.
Tengo una pregunta. Lo que pasa es que tengo un problema con lo del cheque y les quería comentar, porque yo vivo en Marruecos, pero creo que la comunicación con esta María no es como muy directa. Entonces sí quería explicarles cómo está la situación para ver qué se puede hacer.
Ana, yo te voy a estar ayudando con eso, pero cuéntame más acerca de tu situación. A ver, déjame ver si
Sí,
ya-